All right, welcome back, gang. We are still discussing integrated math, practice 10, factoring trinomials. This is the backside, the homework section. We're going to try to factor each one of these. So I'm going to draw by two parentheses, x and x, and I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to make 18, and because the back sign is a minus, they have to subtract to give me a 3. Well, I happen to know that that's 3 and 6. 3 times 6, 18. 6 minus 3 is 3. Then I determine what my sign should be. Since the back sign is a minus, I've got it memorized that these two things have to be different, right? One's got to be a positive, one's got to be a negative. How do I know who gets what? I look at the middle. The middle sign is a positive, and whatever's in the middle's got to go to the biggest number. 6 is bigger than 3, so 6 gets a plus, and 3 gets a minus. Next one, I need two numbers that multiply to make 22 and will add, this time, to give me 13. Well, that would be 2 and 11. If the back sign's a plus, these two signs have to be the same thing. They're either both positive or they're both negative. I look to the middle to see what they both are. These are both negative. Number 3, two numbers that multiply to make 4 and will add to make 4 would be 2 and 2. Signs have to be the same, so they're both going to be positive. Here's one of those difference of squares. There's no middle term, which means it's 0x in the middle. So the only way for this to work is there has to be some number times itself that equals 144. And I know what that is. That's 12. 12 times 12 is 144. In this situation, one of them has to be positive and one of them has to be negative in order to give you a negative 144 at the back and for them to cancel out and make 0 in the middle. Next up, x and x. Two numbers that will multiply to make 15 and subtract to make 14 would be 1 and 15. Back sign's a minus, so are these the same or different? They are different. The big number will get whatever's in the middle. So 15 is bigger than 1. He's positive. 1 is negative. Two numbers that multiply to make 36 and will add to give me a 15. And again, if you're not very good at this little concept, feel free to go ahead and make yourself a list, right? Start with 1. 1 times 36 is 36. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times, and again, if you didn't know, just take 36 and divide it by 3. You'll find out it's 12. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 9 is 36. And so is 6 times 6. Which of these sets of numbers will add to give me a 15? That would be 3 and 12. So 3 and 12. Are my signs same or different? They are the same. They're both going to be whatever's in the middle, so they're both going to be negative. Two numbers that multiply to make 20 and subtract to make 19 would be 1 and 20. Signs have to be different when the back sign's a negative, so the big number gets whatever's in the middle. The middle sign is a plus, the bigger number is 20, so we need a positive 20 and a negative 1 to get a positive 19. Another difference of squares, x and x. The only numbers that multiply to make 1 are 1 times 1, and both a positive 1 and a negative 1 would cancel out to make 0 in the middle, as well as positive 1 times negative 1 would make negative 1 at the back. I'll go ahead and spoil number 9 for you if you've not actually tried it yet. 180 actually has a lot of factors. There's a bunch you could list here. 1 and 180, 2 and 90, 3 and 60. There's a bunch of them. But you'll discover after you've listed all of them that none of them are going to do what you need them to do. The back sign is a plus, needs to add up to make 18, and none of the factors of 180 add up to make 18. So this one cannot be factored. All right. There are 3 more here, 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to leave you guys to that yourselves. If you have any questions, come ask me or ask during class. I'll be glad to help you with either one of these 3, and I will catch you guys in the next class.